Roger Jensen. I worked almost 50 years for the Oregonian, but I did start with the Journal. And during the 70s, one of the jobs was to cover the Blazers when they came to town. And working nights, I got to go to quite a few of the Blazer games. And then all of a sudden, you're in this Coliseum and you're seeing all these guys that you've watched on TV. And I've always liked basketball, so it was kind of a great job to have, to be able to sit on the floor with the players and take pictures. I started at the Journal in 1959, and I think I worked at almost every department in the newspaper, and they said, we'll give you $5 for if you get a good picture. And so I would take the picture, run home, and develop my film in the basement, make a print, drive down to the paper at night, and give them the picture, and I got my $5, and that got me going. And next thing you know, I'm a full-time photographer. For me, it was a great job to have, and then it was a real bonus because, like I said, we never had a pro team. Can't be going to the pro, you're seeing the best of the best.
What a sequence for the Blazers! Once again!
I always sat on this side or that side of the court because the referees would work one corner and then outside on this corner. So I never had his legs or his back of his shirt in a photo. I was just a little safer here. But then if the Oregonian come along and sat next to me, I would move because we'd end up getting maybe the same shot. And they were a morning paper, they would come out with the picture first, and then we'd come out that afternoon and say, hey, Roger copied that guy. I always tried to see if I can get a better picture than they got, and some nights I did, and some nights they did, and so it kept competition for us, which made us both better. We'd come in and shoot the pictures and get off because we had to get them all printed up and get them in the paper the next day, and it was a little slower. It's nothing digital. You had to put it in the old developer and do all the prints, and you turn the lights on, you had a dust mark, you have to go back and do it again, and they're waiting outside, and we need that picture to put in the paper.
Quickly picks up a rebound, Hollins. Look at Hollins go down the floor.
You know, when you're sitting down on the floor, and every game you go to, the players are sitting there on their bench, and I always thought Dave Twerzik was one of the nicest guys. Larry Steele was a super nice guy. Most all the players were. You know, you kind of become a family when you're there and they're here and they see us, we see them. You feel like you're kind of part of the team, and yeah, it was a nice feeling. I saw him win, and it was great. I sat down at that end of the court, and I saw Johnny Davis bringing the ball up. But yeah, the whole place, everybody like stormed the football field. They stormed the court, and it was people running, jumping around. It was crazy. Very exciting, you know. It's like your team won the championship. There's nothing like it. It was 10, 20 deep on each side of Broadway as they came up the street, and I can't even remember, it was a fire truck, it was some kind of a truck. The guys, very nice, said I can get on the fire truck, and I thought, well, this way I get a little better angle and I can look down Broadway and see the crowd. And my big shot was Ramsey. Walton got his bike stolen, and I don't know what it would be like now because we got a lot more people and we got a lot more fan base. One nice thing about being a photographer, your pictures are kind of archived and they're there, and you look back and memories. Now, the Journal had their own negatives and the Oregonian had theirs, and when the Oregonian bought us out, they didn't want any part of our negatives. And my stuff just sat in the attic, and my wife said, that's a fire hazard, you don't want it in the attic. And she said, you got to get rid of those things. Well, the Blazers, they said, we'll take them. I think we have a good team this year, and I'm excited for them. Hope we can do it. I'd like to go to a parade and be on the other end.